Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I saw a comment in one of my videos and I just kind of wanted to use it as a discussion point, and the person basically said, does anyone else have the desire to get yourself back after a narc? I don't. Solitude and self-sustaining are the only thing I would fight for now. And I think one of the things that everyone needs to understand is there's multiple phases that you go through when you're recovering from this. And what this person's talking about is true. You're going to go through different iterations and you can expect things to evolve and change as you're going through it. Everyone's recovery is very personal. The timelines that different people go through, what was normal for me may not be normal for you. What's normal, for you may be faster, or what your experience might be faster going through the recovery process than somebody else. And you can look at information and use it as a baseline to track your own progress, to see how to determine how you are dealing with it. But I'd recommend you not get too caught up on the comparisons. And what I mean by this is that let me back up. So for instance, for me personally, I went through multiple iterations or different levels of this. You go through the first part, which is the validation stage, and you're talking to everybody, and every time you talk to somebody, you're trying to, share your story and get some feedback because you feel like you just went through the twilight zone. And you're looking for people to either say they agree with you or they disagree with you because you don't even know what to believe anymore, because it feels so surreal that it's hard to put in a box, I guess, what you've been through. That's very normal, right? That's why a lot of times you'll hear people talk about the validation stage of this being critically important, which it is, because you feel like you're going insane and you don't know which end is up, so you're looking for people to validate what you've gone through. You're looking for other people to say, oh, okay, I see this group of people and they're in the same stage I am and they're going through the same thing and they're feeling the same way, so you feel better. But then you see different people in different areas and you can be looking at it and say, well, what's wrong with me? Why am I not there? Or why am I stuck at this point? I mean, there's a big difference between like the validation stage and then kind of what this person is talking about, to where you're just kind of, you're just enjoying your alone time, so to speak. People who are still in the validation stage can't understand people who are in that stage. And people who are in that stage are looking back, or they're looking at other people going, well, wait a minute, I'm past the validation stage. I'm in this self-isolation, kind of just getting my life back stage. Well, your life back meaning you're getting out of the chaos. And then you're looking at other people and it's like, well, wait a minute, this person's gotten over it. They're getting out, they're doing things, and you're getting into other relationships and stuff. And it's like, well, why am I not there? Excuse me. So I went through, after the validation stage, I went through this self-isolation stage. And then I went through this what I call the comfortably numb stage, where I was just numb. I didn't feel anything. And to go from the pain of what you were feeling before to kind of like not feeling anything, it felt pretty good for a little bit of time. After a while, it got to the point where it wasn't so much fun anymore. So the thing is just keep in mind that you're going to filter through phases. And let me just throw this out here. I've had a conversation with a couple of people about this recently. The other thing you need to know or remember is when you finally get through a catastrophe or the chaos. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, let's say you're in the middle of litigation and everything is just knock down, drag out, and you're in constant fight or flight mode, and you're just always pent up. And let's say you have a great victory. Whatever. Maybe your ex agrees to, you guys stipulate an agreement and everything just stops. Or you win in court and everything just stops. But either way, you get to the point where that chaotic mode that may have lasted 1, 2, 3, 5, 7 years is finally over. You think, hopefully the plane's not too loud, you think that that relief should be like, oh my God, okay, fine, everything's going to be calm now, everything is great. You know, I've weathered the storm, I've fought the battle, I'm on the other side of it, so life should be good. The reality is, I haven't talked about this in a while, the reality is that when things finally calm down and your subconscious finally feels that it's safe, all those pent up emotions that you have not had a chance to deal with are going to bubble to the surface. Now, the reason I want to mention this is because you need to understand this, because you can feel like there's something really wrong with you. It's like, oh my God, I've slayed the dragon, everything is fine. Why am I feeling this way? When it's an absolutely normal thing to go through. Now, you may need, you need to process those emotions. What I was going to say is you may need extra help. You may need a therapist. You may need a life coach. You may need a spiritual advisor. You may need somebody to help you process it. But what I want you to know is that is very normal. If you find yourself getting to a milestone and feeling like, woohoo, I've slayed the dragon, I've got through it, I've got my kids back, whatever the scenario is, and you're thinking, finally, I should be able to have some peace and calm down. Most people are going to have all those pent up emotions bubble up to the surface. It's normal, sucks, but it's normal. So, getting back to what this person was saying, desire to get yourself back after a narc. I don't. Solitude and self-sustaining are the only things I would fight for now. That's perfectly fine. This is about getting your peace. If you're in a stage and you feel like it's holding you back or it's inhibiting the progress in your life, then that's a problem. But if solitude and self-sustaining are the things that are where you're at that make you feel calm and peaceful, it's perfect. Honestly, to be perfectly honest, what this person is talking about is exactly kind of the way I feel right now. I'm still in it, right? I mean, I still got a few more years left of this chaos. I still have a one minor child. Honestly, what I fight for now is peace. Trying to keep the chaos at bay. And are there things that I wish I could do right now to really kind of get my life back? Absolutely. Unfortunately, because of the situation, there's some things that are just kind of holding me back on that, and I'm going to have to wait. But I'm okay with that, right? And I think this person's fine with where they're at too. I am looking for, and I think hopefully this is what this person is saying too. I'm like, I found my peace, and I'm going to hold on to that, and I'm not going to give it away, and I'm going to stay focused on what I need to stay focused on to preserve that. Fully justifiable and acceptable. Again, the thing is just understand that there's many iterations of this process. The other thing I'll mention, and I get this every once in a while, I think I mentioned this the other day during a live stream. Every once in a while I get people who say, hey, your channel is, not helping me grow. It was great, it helped me, but now it's not helping me anymore. That's, not a great business, solution on my side, but that's the goal. The goal is to help you progress through this, get through the initial chaos, move beyond it, and go do something else. And if you still like what I've done before, and maybe it's not helping, subscribe to my camping channel down in the comments or down in the video description, and you can follow other things that are not related to this. But I try to focus on this as just trying to help people in those early stages of it. Every one of us are going to go through the different stages of this, and that's fully understandable, acceptable, and don't feel bad about it. And if you feel like you're stuck, and I'll tell you, in the early part of it, I felt like I was stuck in that first phase of it. I'm like, my God, after a couple of years of dealing with it, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to be fighting this situation in the same way. And it still took me a while to finally process all of it and get to the point that I could move past it. it sucks, right? I mean, every one of these little delays that you have to stay in for a little while is kind of a pain, but don't beat yourself up on it. So anyways, hopefully that was helpful. If you're new to the channel, because I see a lot of people, there's some new people, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell notifications so you get notified when I post a video. If you really like what's going on, consider becoming a channel member. You can do that by scrolling down and hitting the join button. And on that, I will catch you on the next video. Take care.